Was he charged? Did he get a vehicle? Did he get a vehicle? Did he get a homicide?
He got leaving the scene. Felony leaving the scene.
With a bill?
He's a flagrant.
You left the scene already?
With a bill with a flagrant. We were talking to you right now, right?
Why those folks?
Y'all ready to go to the judge as well.
We already know how to judge
Let me ask you this. This don't make no sense. But charged though. He wasn't charged with vehicle homicide. So if I go out here and
all right, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. And there you see the sheriff of Emmett County trying to explain why Cody Rollinson, the white man who ran down our young brother Jordan Hill in Liberty, Mississippi, was not charged with the more serious charge other than leaving the scene of an accident and possession of Mary Jane. If you're familiar with this case, we were down in Mississippi advocating for some more families who were seeking justice from law enforcement when we ran into the family of Jordan Hill, who had just been ran over down the street from his house while riding a four-wheeler by a man, Cody Rollinson, who allegedly flies a rebel flag, Confederate flag, and who hit him, got out, picked up a mirror off of his truck, and drove away without even calling the ambulance or rendering aid. Now, we approached the sheriff when we learned about this, and we put pressure on him to charge him as he should be charged. And this past week, they had the funeral for our dear brother Jordan, and some of the members from Building Bridges went down there and comforted the family. And apparently, they still have not upgraded the charges. So more than likely, Building Bridges will be going back out there. But I'm going to play the rest of this interaction with the sheriff, which shows his disregard, his indifference to the seriousness of the loss of life of this family. But I'm also going to give you some footage from the funeral and let you see how the media once again has refused to point the blame where it needs to go. Watch once again the sheriff trying to, as some people say, white-splain why this man was not properly charged.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm just saying, hey, y'all, if y'all can help me out, y'all help me out.
No justice!
No
No! We got to get these families some justice, y'all. We're going to get it by talking to the right people, asking the right questions.
That's right. That's right. That's
So,
right.
I know my investigator talked
That's
to
where I'm going.
grandfather yesterday.
And I'm asking
him the steps.
Yeah, so y'all did investigate. So was he dead? Was he dead? Hold on one second. Was he dead on arrival? I promise y'all I'm going for him. Was he dead on arrival? And you can pretty much tell on arrival, well, he fled the scene. Then when y'all found him, he was...
He drove down the road 2/10 of a mile.
Okay. And we found out he was intoxicated.
I don't know that.
Okay, all right. But he fled the scene. The child was dead on arrival. Why wasn't he charged with vehicle homicide?
Charged leaving the scene, definitely leaving the scene of an accident.
Do you think that's a proper charge for somebody that's dead as a result of that accident?
No, it's not.
Don't it sound like...
You should have added that charge. Charge should have been added.
It is vehicle. You said it is vehicle homicide?
What about hit and run? That's even worse than leaving the scene.
Y'all
gave him the smallest charge possible.
It's the chief investigator. He ain't be here answering these questions.
Look it up.
So
He's charged with felony leaving the scene, not render name.
I get that one. I get that one. But what I'm saying, that's one charge. That's one charge, and that's a good charge because he did that. But also, as a result,
Charges coming through the investigation.
so you're saying they got to investigate and make sure he was the one that hit him?
It's got a lot of factors. We had the state come in and do a reconstruction of all of them.
Okay.
I know blood was drawn and taken to the crime lab and checked that.
Were there any witnesses?
I
Yes, we had a lady out
Okay,
there
so
with
that's what I'm saying. So
Yes.
that's why I'm asking that. So if we got a witness, y'all help me out now. If y'all can help me.
Mic check.
I know what I'm doing, y'all. If y'all help me out.
We had a witness.
You got a witness that witnessed the guy that hit him.
Witness talk to the investigator that say.
Right.
Okay.
So my point then, if you got an eyewitness that witnessed this guy hit a 10-year-old, left him dead, he left the scene, you charged him with that. But the other charge should have been vehicular homicide.
Right, that's
because
right.
you got a witness.
No way I'm stopping.
Yeah, you got a witness. What was
Y'all
that
let him out
called?
on bond.
You said it was the judge, but I know that the police put the charges on him.
And the
Yeah,
paper
you
said,
did.
and in
I
the
know,
paper,
that's
if
why-
y'all read the
that's why I'm
paper,
asking.
it say
What-
Rose
I know
said,
what
and
the
they
bond-
kept saying
what
the
was the
boy,
bond?
they wouldn't even put Jordan Hill, they'll put the boy.
The boy, he got a name.
Jordan Hill.
Yeah, well,
They
let
wouldn't
me
even
tell you,
say
let me tell you, I ain't gonna even put that on him. You talk to them reporters because they gonna have to respect people.
Dang on right.
Yeah, but
He
it
don't
said
write the
Rose
newspaper. I
said.
got you. But this the thing though. Your officers though, I mean, that's what I ain't getting. If they know that this young man was left dead, you got witnesses that saw this guy kill him. And the only charge he got is leaving the scene. Now you know he left the scene. But you know now you got witnesses that said that
He did it. He killed him.
yeah, I'm familiar with that one. And I get that.
How much was his fine, sir?
No, I get that because there's also involuntary manslaughter. But what I'm saying is that, and I know felony leaving the scene there's a lot of times.
Yes, it does.
But what I'm saying, y'all hear me out, y'all. But what I'm saying though, shouldn't he have 2 charges?
Yes, he should. More than 2.
Because 2 is better than 1, and it's more accurate.
Come on, Sheriff. Come on, man.
Has to be the result of that investigation. The way it's done.
He got his truck back the next day. They got his truck back to the
Hold up, people.
Y'all please listen up.
The common denominator in all of the investigations in Liberty, Gloucester, and Lee County is Danny Moe. He does not pass on information to you. He does not pass on information to the chief in Gloucester. What is going on? He is the common denominator. He is the reason we here today.
Well, what the hell is
Where
Danny
is
Moe?
he? Bring him in. Don't fix him hide. He wasn't hiding when he took the reins to that jail.
Was a boy killed in your jurisdiction?
Yes, it's a big county.
10 years. Yeah.
So you got the power to go upgrade his charge.
Right.
I know that.
We got him upgraded.
So are you going to
That's
upgrade
why I
the
asked him, did he think that it'll be
We
upgraded?
want Danny Moe to come in for some questions.
Y'all need to go and rearrest the man. Go rearrest him, put him back to jail. Put him back in jail.
I'm going to be real with you. We're not playing by that.
No, we not.
See our people, we been.
We gonna get crazy.
You need to go get that dude.
And bring him here.
You need to go get him. You need to go get him.
We ain't going nowhere till you come.
You need to go get him. No, we ain't gonna
He ain't out of town. He told me he wasn't coming up here because we protested.
That was
I
going to
called.
happen. We, you going to have a lot of
You just speak to his mother. Say to my son.
Hire some more officers then.
Remember I told you that. Trying to see the
Now, I
We
tell
gonna
you,
get
there was
him
a
out.
black man that ran over a white child. I've been living here all my
He will
life.
never
I
go
know
to
that.
jail.
Yeah, bro, do you expect these charges to get upgraded? No. You do?
Why not start with the higher charge and reduce it?
Why he out
Huh? Why not start with the higher
Yeah,
charge?
why is he out of jail?
That's the DA job. So you charge high, and you let the DA decide what charges you're gonna try. What did they reduce the
And
charge?
the reason why what she's saying is important.
He got the murder weapon back. He got the truck
Yeah,
back.
Yeah,
they had all the
that's
high stuff down here.
And a flight release.
Hell,
I don't believe him now.
Put on the investigation. What is he without the truck?
Man.
With the murder weapon and all that.
Because he white.
And that's why the brother
Come
and that's why the brother said why not charge high in this investigation.
Come on, bro.
Because now this man is free. When you find out the charges have been enhanced on him, he can
Lord have mercy.
or if he can
Your voice can make a difference. 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 Your voice, you go in there and talk to that judge. Your voice can make a difference. Your ass is gonna go get him. You the public face.
And you gonna go get him?
And
Stay
we
right
gonna
down
be
the
down for elections too.
You gonna go get him? Well, let's go get him.
We gonna go
We'll go
down.
get him.
We gonna go ahead and go.
But he stay right down the street.
You should go get it. Yeah, for himself. Now you got a reason. Now you got a reason. Go. You should go get it.
We're gonna talk to him.
We'll stay
We're
right
gonna talk to
there.
him. We're gonna talk to him.
We're gonna stay right here. Say, go get it.
Peacefully.
Peacefully, like we
Peacefully.
doing
We're gonna be peaceful like Dr. King. We might get like Malcolm X if we have to.
And also, I'm informed that the highest charge that could have been done on site.
Let's load up. Let's load up.
It could have been second-degree murder.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely a murder charge. That's right. That's 3 charges. That's 3 charges right there.
The investigation already happened.
That's 3
You
charges.
charge him. You got to kill. You got to charge. Oh my God.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
To the crime lab.
The method of death was a homicide. Have they already determined that? So how you give evidence back?
Shout out to my brother Markel, man. The big brother with the locks, man. He said, okay, you gonna want to go get him? Or you want us to go get him? Because we can go get him. We can load up right now and go get him. And it's funny because they told us where he lived, and our bus was going right down that street until we saw the family, doing a little memorial by where Jordan unfortunately lost his life. So we stopped there. We if you saw the previous videos where, we loved on the family and, we talked to the other deputy. But, if you see the look on the sheriff's face, he's going with the same old tired narrative. Well, we got to do an investigation. The state came in. They did a reconstruction. We drew some blood. We got to wait for it to come from the lab. All of those things where he was charged with leaving the scene. We don't charge. We have to do this. So everybody knows that, the guy did it and how he did it. There was an eyewitness. So the thing is, why wasn't he charged with the highest charge? And then once again, as my man, Dr. Kofi mentioned, you charged high like the prosecutors do. And then, you bring it down. So this man was charged once again with only hit and run and what was it? Possession. And so being that he was charged with possession, then that possibly means he was under the influence. So that is something that, we are definitely concerned about because we were down there for the purpose of seeking justice for Tremaine White, who lost his life in the sheriff's office after being, beaten outside the sheriff's office. And that family is still waiting on word from the investigation. They bring up the common denominator, Danny Moe, which is, I guess, he's one of the lead sheriffs around there. And he's probably running things, doing things underhanded, and the sheriff has no knowledge of. A lot of times sheriffs are just a figurehead. If you see that guy, he got his little skull tobacco in his shirt. So it took him a long time to ride up because we was out there for about 20 or 30 minutes going through the sheriff, police department. We knocking on doors. We causing ruckus because once again, that is what has to be done. We need boots on the ground. And, the family of Jordan Hill, like I said, a lot of the brothers and sisters went back down there to their funeral. They said it was a very emotional time. From my understanding, the condition of our young brother was very horrific as he laid on the street. And, that cowardly Neanderthal didn't even take the time to stop to render aid, as the sheriff said. Well, he got charged with leaving the scene without rendering aid. No, the young man was DOA. He should have been charged with vehicular homicide, manslaughter, whatever charge that involves loss of life. And so this news clip kind of honors the family. But then on a side note, they don't put the pressure. They keep saying, well, the young boy was met his demise in a hit and run accident, but they don't focus on who did the hit and run. Just watch this with me real quick.
A celebration of life happened today in Emmett County for a young boy who was killed in a hit and run crash earlier this month. 10-year-old Jordan Hill was remembered during a ceremony in Gloucester. 3 on Your Side's Teddy Reedy has reaction from some of the young boy's family members as they mourn his loss.
Over 100 family, friends, and loved ones came to celebrate the life of Jordan Hill. Even in the family's darkest hour, they still found joy in praising the Lord, all while honoring Jordan's life. The 10-year-old was honored at the National Guard Armory in Gloucester. Hill's grandfather says Hill was full of energy and was always positive.
Jordan was an ideal kid. If you look in the dictionary under optimistic, you'll see his picture. He's optimistic, also very, very energetic, very ambitious, always looking to do something, always looking to learn something. And he didn't sit there just swiping left and right on the device. He was always outside playing.
Jordan loved playing baseball and spending time with his friends. His teammates came to support and show love for his family. The celebration of life was baseball themed. At the end of the service, Jordan was given the Most Valuable Player Award. His death has shaken the community because he died so young.
The fact is, he's only 10 years old. It's so much to think about when you think about the fact that he's only 10 years old and he's already gone. Now, what it does for us that's still here is gives us a mindset we need to cherish today.
Many in Jordan's family are experiencing a roller coaster of emotions as they grieve.
Mad, hurt, sad, we should not be having a funeral for a child.
Like when the guy hit Jordan, to get out and turn around and drive off, just suck it up. You did whatever you did, just suck it up.
A Mint County detective said Cody Rollinson is accused of hitting Hill with his pickup truck, then fleeing the scene. He is now charged with felony leaving the scene of an accident in possession of marijuana. Some members of Hill's family say they are trying to find peace by forgiving the suspect.
And then forgiveness. We have to forgive this guy, no matter how wrong he is, and let God do what God's going to do.
From Gloucester, Teddy Reedy, 3 on your side.
And once again, condolences and prayers go out to the family of our young brother Jordan Hill. You see that he had a large presence to come and celebrate his life. And, you know, the fact that the family has to mourn his life because a careless individual took his life, you know, possibly, maybe even purposely, because he knew he could get away with it. And, you know, as a side note, they said, well, yeah, you know, he was charged with this and that, but, you know, yet and still he's able to walk around. Like I say, he's still driving the same truck around, driving by the family's house every day. So the family is further traumatized by the fact that, you know, this man is still out and they're talking about an investigation, reconstructing the scene. You know, they know what happened. They know the severity of what happened, but because, you know, this man is probably a white man in the town of Liberty, which is only about 500 people, where everybody knows him, and he's not going to be charged because, you know, it was just a little black kid, and he's a all-American white tobacco spitting, you know, cowboy boot wearing, crotch grabbing, tight jean, you know, big belt buckle wearing white boy. You know, let's just call it a lot of this. But once again, shout out to the members of Bridging Bridges, the People's Political Party, the New Black Panther Party, the Angel Moms, chosen for change.org. Just so many people came out to support him, and even some went back. So those people that got my utmost respect. Wish I could have, you know, made the trip down again, but you know, I had other business. But we definitely going to be, you know, going back if they don't do the right thing by this family. And of course, you know, the way we love and we believe in God, the ultimate goal of the family was forgiveness. But, you know, it's also justice. You know, I think the grandfather mentioned vengeance is mine, or he said, let the Lord do what the Lord do. But sometimes, you know, the Lord uses his people to accomplish those things. You know, Joshua walked around the walls of Jericho. You know, Moses split the Red Sea. You know, David went back and recovered all. You know, so while, you know, definitely faith is necessary and needed, as the scripture says, faith without works is dead. And so, you know, we got to put the work out to make sure these people do the right thing, especially when it involves the loss of life of our young brother Jordan Hill. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation in the comments. Once again, shout out to my brother Markel Bridges, man. You know, I just gotta, you know, give him his flowers while he's here, man, because that brother, you know, is a good brother, you know, and I'm definitely you know, pleased to know him, and not just him, but everybody who I met down there in Mississippi. Once again, man. But you know, shout out and prayers to the Jordan Hill family, and you know, we're definitely, you know, standing behind you here in North Carolina as well. But y'all know the number 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings.